Good morning and welcome to the Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. Before we start visiting with Redreamable, I'm just going to show you a quick shot of all the stuff. This is just from last night's live that Don's got to prep for shipping. I still have a couple shelves as well for the local pickup. And then he has stuff that we accumulated from last week during our YouTube videos and Facebook posts, Instagram posts as well. So that's part of the shipping today. So if you do follow us on Facebook and or Instagram, you will have seen the picture yesterday of Dawn surrounded by packing peanuts, and now you see why we need so many packing peanuts. And yes, they are biodegradable, so we do ship you their cornstarch, so you can either wash them down in your sink or you can use them in your garden. A lot of people like to use them for their roses and stuff. I hear they're very helpful to your garden. And we do use pirate ship, and we'll add, like, let's say that the post office is charging you $40 and then it comes through that we get charged $18, we'll charge you $19, just so we can cover a little bit of the expenses in our work. It can take upwards to almost, some of the boxes, there's so much stuff in them, it takes Don close to 45 minutes for some of them, because we get as much as we can. If you buy, it's actually better for you to buy more, because the weight, you can pay $10 for 1 pound for one little thing. Whereas if you get a larger box, you're getting a bunch of items, and it's going to cost you $20, $22, depending on where you are. So we do have a lot of resellers throughout the country that do shop the Gray Barn for their own booths. We had one lady actually had to get a larger booth because she's doing so well with the finds that she gets here. So without further ado, we are currently in Redreamable's first booth. If you come into the back and you head to the right, she's right over here, and she's vendor code 67, and she is 20% off. So $17.60 on this 13-inch tall punched tin lantern. And we do not have a Facebook Live next Wednesday night, the June 18th, as our son is graduating high school. So we'll be taking that night for that. $16 on this. It's like a thin wire. Very cool. $9.60 on a flattened Pomeranian head. If you ever watched Doctor Who, God, it had to be back in the late 2000s, maybe 2010 time, the one where the poor guy finds the love of his life, and she ends up, that alien makes them into, like, she ends up being this little, like that, but not even dimensional. That's what that reminds me of. Just $8 on this little carve. He's made out of coal, very lightweight, surprisingly, and he's got the little plastic rhinestone-like eyes, very cute. Got a lot of great books, so you can, great to read, great for risers. I know a lot of people like to use them as risers. There's a nice bell for $11.20. Sold a lot of bells last night. It was a very good live. It was a very large live because we're not doing one next week, and we didn't do one last week, so we went ahead and did. And Don was here to help me, and he'll also be here to help me on the 25th, so that's his week of vacation. Ooh, book on milk glass. I'm going to have to look at that one myself. And I know a lot of people use the internet for researching and stuff, but it's still nice when you have books like this to just sit. Well, it's only $7.20. I might have to get that one myself and then bring it back to read, but I might keep this one. Sorry. Yeah, I think I might get this one, only because they're so good to just, I like to just sit when I'm watching TV and flip through those books. Helps you identify. So, yeah, that one I'm going to get. This is the danger of, well, I buy stuff here every day. We have such great vendors. They're always bringing in such great stuff, and I cannot help myself. And then when I do these videos and I pull for the Facebook Live, I end up buying more stuff. Which are our brass cranes. They are $44. So that's the danger. I don't know about danger, but my house would say yes, it is. But books, you can never have too many books, right? You're always going to make room for a book. Just squeeze over that bookshelf, right? And that bookshelf. These are nice. It's the pair. There's the other one back there. 65 would be 52, I think. Yes, 52 for those. And you can see she's got a nice little summer nautical theme going over here. We do have a lot of lakes around here. We're not anywhere near the shore, but we do have a lot of lakes up in North New Jersey. So if you ever wanted to do I know a lot of people do day trips up here, but if you're further away and you ever want to travel and you have a camper or you like to stay in a cabin, right down the road from us is Panther Lake. You should look that up. They have these fun little cabins that you can stay in this little resort type thing, and then have all the great antiquing in the area, hiking, Ogdensburg Mine, which is fun to go to. So a nice area, and we're not that far from the Stroudsburg area is like an hour to get out to there's outlets out there if you like to do that kind of shopping. It's a rainy day. So nice area to stay with a lot of things to do in the area. So, and of course, like I said, there's RV camps up here. If you go further up, there's a lot over by Culver Lake area and that. There's a lot of places to stay, and there are the Airbnbs and all that. So nice place to stay. Actually, one of our shoppers and friends has a spot on, I think she's Swartzford Lake, has a beautiful place that she rents out. So you want to get to places that aren't as crowded as the shore and are a little more affordable than a lot of those houses down there that they rent out. Come on up to Sussex County. This area is called the Skylands because we have the highest point in New Jersey up at, it's really originally named High Point. So definitely worth checking out. That's nice. 38, so that would be maybe 24, so $30.40. This is gorgeous. This we're not going to ship without incurring fees. I mean, if you really, 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 really want something and you don't mind paying the shipping fees, we will get it to you. So, this is kind of artwork you've ever wanted. I mean, that is the signed oil framed. We will get a way to get that to you. 20 by 32. Just it might take a couple days to get the right box, get the packing, because this is not my husband's full-time gig. He actually works Monday through Friday, 3 to, he gets home around like 12:30 in the morning. So, and in between that, he's helping with the shop. He does all the packing and shipping. Well, I do the invoicing and that, but he does do all the packing. That's just 16 on that nice copper charger. Got a lot of great tools here. And I'll probably release this video a little bit later in the day as we get set to get a little bit caught up from last night. The vendor left her bag in here last night when she left. And I figured out last week, I thought it was the asthma that was bothering me with my voice. It's the the wildfires from Canada. And it's still pretty heavy in the air. And these warmer days, it seems to be worse. So, I mean, if it's bad here, I can't even imagine what the poor Canadians and the people close up that area are going through. Hope they get that under control soon. 1920. He is wood, but he looks like he's metal. That's an interesting little lamp there. Let's see how much her spool jar is. $11.20. I think this is more decorative than anything else. Let's see. As is paint loss, ticks and rings. So 20. She says it does work. So if that's something you're interested in, we would give it a go and test it. Nice little white insulator. Oh, here's an unusual. It's got a dent, but still very cool. It's like the chrome finish with the red starbursts on it. This one's an Androck for $12. I know a lot of people like to use these for paint and decoupage projects. Please don't do that to this one. Okay, $9.60 on the tankard, and here's more books again. Looks like all her cookbooks are in this one section here. Nice little scale back there. It's a nice riser. If you like scales, it's a pretty cool riser back there. We have some cast iron down here. And a lot of little kitchen tools going on here. And don't forget, if you are local, any of these larger pieces in that, you're more than welcome to message me and reach out, and I will gladly, we can put those items on hold for you. If it's going to be a bit of time before you can get in, you can pay for that over the phone with credit card. Otherwise, for people we're shipping to, we do send a safe and secure PayPal invoice. You do not need to have PayPal to use PayPal. Like this just came in, she brought this in last night. So if you're a local, it's metal with wood, $36. So you got the parts that should be metal are metal, so that's going to hold up very well. Very nice little plant stand. And then the copper kettle with the brass handle inside of it is $26 and then 20% off. And there's the measurements. So, all right. And I do ask that you do not overload me with asking for, you know, dozens of items. Literally, I have people that ask for dozens of items and then not get any of them or just one. So please be particular with what you're requesting for me to pull. So just $12 on that lacquered box with the mother of pearl. Very nice. All right, so it's not a hinged lid. It comes right off, kind of like a glove box. Very pretty. So absolutely very nice. I don't expect that one to last through this video. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. Some great pieces of pewter. Okay, and again, this is, look where I'm going behind me. I feel like I should be doing the beep, beep, beep. So going backwards so I don't crash into things. But we do these before we open up, so I'm not crashing into people at least. All right. So thank you again for visiting with us at Redreamable, located right here in Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. Have a fantastic day.